The easiest way to get what you want when you have a deadline is trust. Now, I know before you say it, it's like a super simple, easy thing to think about, and we've probably heard this a million times, but a lot of times when people work on having their trust in something happening, especially with a deadline, they have this internal argument. They fight with themselves, the doubt creeps in, and they settle, and they end up not making it. This used to be me all the time. I used to like freak out about deadlines and get scared about them. And recently I've been playing with deadlines as I have a coach now, and she's invoking, bringing up certain energies and information within me to help me do what I need to do. And so after each session, it's like an unfolding until my next call, I got to have some progress, got to make some movement. And so at first I was like freaking out because on my first time it was easy, but this last time I was healing so much fear and some just old situations that I was like not quite purging, and I just was having stacked up of all this old energy moving through, and I just didn't want to do any action, didn't want to take any action. I felt stuck. I had this stuff that I needed to do, and I just wanted to sit there. And then finally I had to say, you know what? And through taking the action, it's just gonna come. And there was like 3 or 4 days where I was just like, oh my God, when is this gonna lift? When am I gonna be able to make some movement? And it's through taking that action that I didn't want to do, didn't feel like doing, that it started happening. But my point is, through that, I had this deadline to get this information out of myself, and I had a lot of doubt about getting it. I was like, what if I don't get it? What if this is, blah, 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 blah. And then I just had to realign myself in the trust in knowing that this is divinely guided, that the universe has put me here for a reason, that this is what I dreamt of, this is what I want. Of course it's gonna come to me, there's no other option. I'm just going through what I'm supposed to be going through to get there. I had to reseat myself into my purpose, and knowing and trusting that the universe is gonna provide, that the universe has provided for me up till now. Why would it falter now? I do the work, I do my meditations, I do my inner work, on a daily basis. I'm tuned in, I'm tapped in, I'm praying, I'm doing my subconscious belief work, all of it. I don't give up. So why would the progress give up? No, it's not. There were several times where I was just like, I'm just not gonna be able to do it. I'm gonna get on the next call with her and I'm gonna say I don't have anything. And then I was like, hold up, I don't think so. I'm not willing to settle for that. There's another option for me to have than to have this information by the time I need it. And so I just had to keep putting myself back there. And it reminded me of many times when I had deadlines where I settled, where I just didn't think it was gonna happen. And so I believed that doubt. I let it seep into the cracks and take over. But this time I'm like, I don't think so. I'm stronger, I know more, I have more awareness. I'm not letting you in to settle. Man, and that's profound. And the more you are able to get your trust back in alignment when you have all the doubt coming at you, the more you get in the process of it, obviously, and reprogramming yourself, and the easier it gets. But then I'm sure more bigger things are gonna come at you, but it's just a matter of redoing it each time it comes up. And sometimes it's gonna look different. I normally always know and feel inspired to take action, but this time I didn't. And it was a new thing for me. I was like, what's this? Creativity comes to me so easily. When I journal and I ask the spirit for answers and questions, I ask my subconscious things, it always comes to me. And I was like, what is going on right now? I was being tested with my faith. And I was like, I'm gonna trust. I'm gonna put my faith and trust back in the vision that I've co-created with Spirit. I'm not gonna settle for less. And now the information is starting to come. Just what I needed. I still got a few days and stuff's pouring in. The actions that I took that I didn't want to, didn't feel good about, are starting to feel better. I'm starting to get more ideas, starting to refine them, starting to make them look more finished off. The aha moments are pouring in. And that's because I trusted. That's because I put all my energy behind the trust and I worked through the doubt and I got through it and didn't let it control me. Didn't let it have the time of day. I'm trying this blue lotus flower in my tea. I've never had it before. I've heard a lot about it, but I heard it's supposed to be really good for lucid dreaming and energies along that. So that's interesting. Anyways, my point is trust. Don't settle. Bring yourself back to the trust. It's a lot more stressful to get derailed and allow yourself to flounder around in the doubt. It doesn't feel good. And so realign yourself back. Even if doesn't feel natural to you, you're gonna have to be the one who walks yourself through it. Nobody else is gonna take your hand and do it. You have to be the one that does it. And that can be the challenge. Some people don't even know that they can do that for themselves. Some people think just whatever thoughts are going on in their head, that's it. But you gotta take your own hand and steer yourself back to the trust and the faith and say, this is where I belong, this is where I'm at, I'm gonna believe that I'm gonna get what I need by this deadline, and I'm not gonna settle. All right, beautiful beings, thank you so much for showing up to receive the message. Until next video, love and laughter.